All right. How I am using AI as an artist, photographer, podcaster. That's what this video is about. I'm going to be looking at my notes a lot because there's a few things that I want to hit. So I apologize for that ahead of time, but it's super sincere and vulnerable and real, and it's not edited with AI, and that might be particularly interesting to you these days. The first note that I have is that AI is kind of like digital meth, like a methamphetamine. And what I mean by that is if you've ever taken like Ritalin or Adderall and you're not prescribed and you're working through some creative idea and you just like plow through it, and then a couple of days later you look back on it and you're like, the heck was that? That's what AI is like. If you have a bad idea, AI will help you execute that terrible idea rapidly. So I think the more interesting, like what's happening is as I've been working with AI, I am finding that the need to slow down and start with analog, writing it all out, has actually like dramatically increased. So I actually have a note on everything I do, AAF, always start analog. What? That's not right. Oh, no, it's not. It's always analog first. That's the note that I have for myself. So yeah, I will journal first, I'll write first. Before I sit down to work with ChatGPT or Claude or anything, instead of just diving right into it, I'll sit down and work with my gut, my intuition, and see what comes up first. And then I get into it. Then it helps me shoot ahead because it's like setting your destination. If you're gonna fly off in a rocket, it's more important than ever to get that trajectory right so that you don't end up on Saturn when you're aiming for Mars. What else here? In writing, so instead of having AI write like my whole paper for me, which is what I am seeing a lot of folks think you're supposed to do, I'm still writing it myself, but I'll pop in to have AI help me in fixing like sentences. Or a lot of times, like the most often, I still want to use my own voice when I'm writing. I'm trying to get that sincerity out. It's more honest, it's more who I am. You might be writing technical manuals and it like might not matter, so this doesn't apply to you. But as artists, if you're in creative flow, you don't want to give it to AI. It can't keep up with the level of complexity that you're trying to write anyway. So what I do use it for most often is that if I'm writing something that's very emotional and I need to reference something in the real world for real quick, like I don't know, I just want to say, let's say I want to talk about this tripod here, and I just need to explain in one sentence real quick who made this tripod, how much they normally go for, who uses it most often. I'm trying to get that information out of the way so that I can get into the emotional story that I'm telling about the portrait I just took or something, right? I will dump that information into ChatGPT and have Chat just give it, like, tell me this in one sentence. And it gives me that sentence and I plop that sentence right in there. And then I might make like little tweaks to it. But it helps me get past the things that in the past would take up a stupid amount of my time trying to figure out how to write this technical sentence that I don't care about. It's not the real meat of what I'm writing anyway. I'm writing this emotional story about a portrait. The technical thing I can get out of the way faster and then get back to the writing. So no, it's not meant to take over your writing job. It's supposed to help you get that crap out of the way so you can focus on the art. What do I have here? I tell my AI assistants to directly call me out when and we do a lot of like brainstorming together. So brainstorming and directly calling me out. If I'm working out an idea, I'm like, all right, I want to write this kind of piece, or I'm working on a photography book and I'm trying to figure out the structural theme of how I organize the photos. I will brainstorm with AI, again, with the intention of going back into the analog journal space, and I will directly tell my AI assistant to call me out. If my idea is not great, if I'm missing some angle of it, I'm telling like, hey, call me out. Is this ridiculous? Is this too biased? Don't just fluff me, because it'll do that. It's programmed to do that. So regularly have to remind. I don't know about I'm not familiar with all the AI assistants. I mean, specifically with like ChatGPT or Claude or any of the other ones that I've worked with. I remind regularly, call me out. Tell me if what I'm saying is ridiculous. Don't just say, don't be my yes man. And then that's, and then I take it back. I take it back to analog as always. Like, it really is like using AI tools has really helped me dive deeper into the creative end of things, but it also has amplified the times that I've really wasted a lot of time, I feel like, because I can think like, I should have gone back and thought about, is this the destination I want to go in? Do I want to launch this project? And I didn't spend enough time in analog space to like think through that and decide if that's what I want to do. And AI immediately shot me deep into that pool. And I ended up with like a bunch of work that I ended up not wanting to use, because once I started doing it, I saw that it's not where I want it to be. So anyway, that's the advice. Always analog first, brainstorming assistant, and asking it to call you out, and using it to help writing. Those are kind of like the three main things that I've been using it a lot more. But if you're into this, I'm happy to continue talking about it. Pop on over to my website, arashafshar.com. Links are all over there. And I love making new friends. Reach out.